And you can tell I've been at this too long. I forgot to push record on the camera. All right, so I have a couple options here. One is strapping. I use a ton of the strapping. This machine doesn't really like it. The other is, I forgot I had made this, which is kind of a screw up. But you know, sometimes you can make your screw up into something useful. Now I can use this to attach the, I can use it like this. It'll hide that seam and I can attach the part. But I'm not crazy about that. What I am a little bit more crazy about is taking this piece of strapping here. I already cut and melted the end in, and then attaching it like that and leaving a loop here at the top. And it'll solve a couple problems if I do that. The main problem being I can't sew all the way up to here with the machine, but I can make a loop, make a pretty decent sized one, and I can make this loop here, and then that'll be that, and then I can just do the same here. This piece of strapping is actually a little short to do what I want to do with it. I might cut another piece. I got a ton of it, so it's not like it's killing me. You know, I'm gonna make this longer. You can always make it shorter. Making stuff longer is a pain in the ass. So we're gonna make it way longer. And I said this was kind of a gift for my boys in blue. When I was working on their bulletproof vests, they bought blue and I didn't like the blue. So I went black and they liked the black. Or at least they said they did. Now, I don't want to melt this too much. This, like I've said, this machine really doesn't like that. Okay. Alrighty, now we're going to flip this back onto itself. Make a pretty decent loop. This loop can be as big as I want it to be, right? You know, a nice big loop so you can grab it with your hand or whatever, hang it. Now we're going to... It's already crooked. Excellent. This sewing machine does sew this stuff pretty nice. I mean, I have no complaints. You know, most of the things that have gone wrong with this machine, and I cannot reiterate it enough, are all things that I have done to it. As a matter of fact, every single problem I've had with this machine was caused directly by me. No question about it, I did it. I'm going to have to string another bobbin too. If I was smart, which no one's ever accused me of being smart, I would have strung 4 or 5 bobbins. But I didn't think that far ahead. Oh, well, that looks awful. Now this is a problem I've had with this machine, and the strapping, and it's not the machine's fault as much as it is my technique. The sail rate just seems to work better with that. Okay. Now, nope, I don't have enough. I got to string a bobbin. Let's see if I can do this without screwing it up again. I screwed it up pretty good last time. I had thread everywhere. Now, they tell you not to do what I just did, which is to pull the thread back through the machine, because there's like electric sensors in there that don't like it when you do that. But no doubt in my mind, I really like the way this machine threads bobbins. It also has a thread cutter at the top, which is really nice. Alright, so let's do this again. If I'd have known, like I said, if I'd have known how long and how much of a project this was going to turn into, I would have strung 4 or 5 bobbins together. The other thing that's really nice about this machine is how easy it is to thread. Don't get me wrong, my sail rate's relatively easy to thread, but you have to be careful because it can get confusing. This thing, if you get confused threading this, you absolutely earned it. This definitely could be an Adam Savage one-day build. One hell of a long day, I want to tell you that much, because it's getting late in the day here. I'm going to test this a little again. I have a piece of material here. Whenever you rethread, I like to run a little test piece just to make sure I didn't screw anything up. Alright, now, actually, just like that. No, I don't want to do it that way. Back to the pins. I'm not going to go crazy sewing this on, that's for sure. Mainly because I don't really need to, and I am relatively sure that this machine is going to gack on this thing. Matter of fact, I'd be shocked if I don't fuck something up. I can't even pin it, it's so thick. Discretion is the better part of valor. And discretion is telling me I should probably use the machine that I bought to do this with. Laziness is telling me that I could probably not, don't have to. This machine should take this. choked yet. It hasn't choked yet. But yep, that's it. That is the maximum thickness that I feel safe going through with this machine, and quite frankly, that's more than enough to hold that on. But what it does, especially when I do that, is it gets this glumpy shit on the back. I can cut these off of here. This is actually just literally superfluous thread. It's not doing anything other than looking like hell. Not my greatest work. The Sailrite does a much better job with that. All right, now. This. So there's the lid. That's that. This can get cut back. I kind of want this to not have any chance to fuck up. So let's think about this one again for a second. Oh yeah, the lid, jackass. Yeah, that was almost a mistake. Because the lid comes to here. Alright, I'm going to cut some of this off. It really only needs to be about, I'm going to say about that long. Eyeball is good enough for this. All right. Okay, I'm a dummy. Well, I'm not a dummy. I got so pissed I didn't bother turning the camera back on. So I did have to pull this off, and I sewed the Velcro on. So I put the fuzzy stuff on this side, and I put the hook on this side. I had to get out the Sailrite to do it with. The Bernina gave me the grindy gear thing, and I'm like, that's it, we're not gonna fuck with it, we're just gonna leave it that way. And then I sewed on the tag here. So of course I had black thread in the Sailrite, so that's what I used. Yeah, it came out all right. And both of these machines, I have to adjust them. They're not quite sewing right. So that's it, we're done. Now the next trick's gonna be getting this thing getting this thing onto the tube. So we'll set the camera up a little bit better so you can watch me fight with this thing. This will be one of those moments where hopefully the expression of disappointment will be caught on my face. One of the things I really should probably do is vacuum this tube out. Alright, well that was probably a good idea. Alright, now, this ought to be the fun part. Now, if I had some dry lube, which I don't have, I would put dry lube on this thing before I even tried it. I don't have anything dry and slick. The only dry stuff I have is sticky, and wet, and we're not going to use that. I had this on here, I had it on here earlier this morning, but that could have been before I hemmed this. I know it fits, or I know it fit. And I know it's going to be tight. I want it to be tight. I was going to glue it on, and I still, if it's too loose, I will pull it back off and glue it on. But I have a feeling it's not going to be. Once I get it over the rubber here, yeah, I may have to get the heat gun out sooner than I thought. I fully expect to have to heat this thing up with a heat gun. Once I get it started, it should, I want to slide down over top of it. And I said if I was smart, which I've never really been accused of, I'd stop and go to get some dry, it's called dry lube. You use it on a lot of things. See, there's I knew this was going to be tight. I know it's going to be tight. I want it tight. I just hope that I can get that little bit out of it without having to heat it too much. Steam is another option. Oh, I did bring it. I brought my iron out. I could steam it if I have to. But oh, I'm going to have to put something on the ground here. Oh, I don't want to damage that. It's close. Very close. I said I have faith that it's going to fit. So where it's hanging upright this second is right here, and the rubber is a little bit tiny, like 10/1000ths over. Once I get the strap over the rubber, the PVC is slippery enough that it hopefully will just go down over top of it. Like I said, I know it's not that tight. There it goes. So close. There it goes. I know, like I said, I know how tight it is. But I also know that I can, if I got the first one over, I can get the second one over. Once I get the second one over, then it's all cake. Once we're almost there. Almost there. Now the other thing is, I really hope oh, so close I can taste it. I'm putting as much weight as I can on it. Oh, what the hell is that? I don't know. There's something under the material. Oh, it's so close. You know what? I got a handle here. yeah, some dry lube would have helped with this. Sailrite sells it. For this very purpose. Oy. Now, I need to get another, like half an inch out of it. Yeah, this project has absolutely taken me way longer than I wanted it to. But there we go. Not the greatest fit on the lid, but we knew that. Nice little handle. That lid's not coming open. So, there you go. And that only took 6 hours. Oy. And like I said, this ain't great. This fit up here is not very good. But that's what I came up with. The only thing I might do, and I might not even do it, is put some glue on the inside of here. Yeah, I may have to glue it. I could even put a couple splobs of hot glue in there, or some the U3000 that I use. So that's it. The top is a little I could revisit the top if I really was so inclined, but I need to I mean, top isn't coming off. It's just a little, it just doesn't really fit all that great. Let's see here, it's kind of doesn't fit all that great. I could probably put some more Velcro on it if I wanted, but I buy really good Velcro. So, yeah, I may end up, we'll see what happens. Well, let's put some rods in it and see what happens. Well, it looks to me like, yeah, it looks to me like the rods aren't going to want to fall out, that's for sure. So, there you go. Almost looks professional. Like I said, it's not going to be going through an airport. I may fix this, but I need to get Adam's thing done first. They're not going to come out. Purely, actually, mainly it's to store them here at the house in the summer or when I'm not using them. Just to protect them in the shed and in the car. There we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.